Hello, 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 lovelies. So we're back for another Bible study of the day, and I'm going to be reading from the book of Jonah. It's a very short book, but I am going to be reading from it. So it says, "The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me." But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed to Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. After paying the fare, he went aboard and sailed for Tarshish to flee from the Lord. Then the Lord sent a great wind on the sea, and such a violent storm arose that the ship threatened to break up. All the sailors were afraid, and each cried out to his own God, and they threw the cargo into the sea to lighten the ship. But Jonah had gone below deck, where he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. The captain went to him and said, "How can you sleep? Get up, call on your God. Maybe he will take notice of us so that we will not perish." Then the sailors said to each other, "Come, let us cast lots to find out who is responsible for this calamity." They cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. So they asked him, "Tell us, who is responsible for making all this trouble for us? What kind of work do you do? Where do you come from? What is your country? From what people are you?" He answered, "I am a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." This terrified them, and they asked, "What have you done?" They knew he was running away from the Lord, because he had already told them so. The sea was getting rougher and rougher, so they asked him, "What should we do to you to make the sea calm down for us?" "Pick me up and throw me into the water, or pick me up and throw me into the sea," he replied, "and it will become calm. I know that it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you." Instead, the men did their best to row back to land, but they could not, for the great sea, for the sea grew even wilder than before. Then they cried out to the Lord, "Lord, please, Lord, do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man. For you, Lord, have done as you please." Then they took Jonah and threw him overboard, and the raging sea grew calm. At this, the men greatly feared the Lord, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows to him. So I want to give my own personal testimony. Because I was going through my domestic violence issue and my mental abuse from my narcissistic partner from the previous year of 2020, and then that was the domestic violence, and then the rape, and then in 2021, the guy that I was engaged to, almost going to marry, it was a very emotional and mental abuse, and he was definitely a narcissist. Well, when I fled to Jamaica again, this time it was different. This time, God was like, nah, he had me in Jeremiah and he had me in Jonah. And when I tell you the country of Jamaica was going through, we had 3 days on lockdown, 3 days off of lockdown, but it just seemed like the long because I was there for 5 months. It seemed like the longer I was there, the more God was doing to the island, to the point where I kept reading Jonah and I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm gonna go back. I didn't know God was gonna have me start this YouTube channel. I didn't start this YouTube channel until this year, 2024. I came back from Jamaica in 2022. And so from 2022, he had to do some things, deliver me from some things, heal me from some things. You know that I'm reading the Bible and I'm talking to the peoples. Excuse me. Get down. Thank you. No, no, no. Get down. Thank you. And so I just wanted to sorry guys, you guys seeing my boobies. I just wanted to let you guys know that God will shake the table. He will rustle the sea and he will do whatever he has to do until you feed his flock. I was washing dishes a little while ago and I could hear the voice of the Lord. I don't know. I think this was Jesus telling somebody, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Peter saying, feed my flock. Hold on, guys.